everybody. We're going to do a little video lesson today on our next unit in reading, so stay tuned. We're going to go through a quick little presentation, and you guys are also going to have an assignment for a little bit of reading to do just on your own that is not a regular independent reading text that you would choose on your own. So it's something I'm assigning you guys. So stay tuned, watch the video, and yeah, we're getting ready to start a new unit today. So sit tight and we will begin. So today we're focusing on the next unit, which is centered around nonfiction reading structures, including comparison, cause and effect, and sequence and order. So what you third graders are supposed to do by the end of this unit is describe the logical connections between particular sentences and paragraphs in a text. So be able to tell whether or not a text is using comparison, cause and effect, or sequence and order in a particular text, and then tell why that information is connected and why the author decided to order things that way. So let's go on to the first slide here. What exactly is a logical connection? Logical connections refer to the structures an author uses to represent information in a logical way, or to present information in a logical way. They use different text structures like comparison, cause and effect, and sequence and order to support their points in an informational text and organize information in a way that is easy to understand. So essentially putting information in a nice, organized way. For example, when you guys write informational text, you use a main idea with supporting details in each of your sections. That is a descriptive text structure. It's easy for your reader to follow information. You put things in that sequence in that way so a reader can easily find your main idea and then the details to support it. Authors use comparison, cause and effect, and sequence and order very often. And we're focusing on those a lot this unit. So comparisons tell the similarities and differences between two or more things. Cause and effect describes why one or more events occurred. And sequence or sequential order in a text describes events in the way they happened, in the order that they happened, or tells the ordered steps to make something. Let me give you guys some examples. Comparison and contrasting structures. So authors sometimes organize their writing in this way to compare or contrast two or more people, places, events, or things. And you find ways in which they are alike or different when you read text like this. Here's an example. A lot of people think alligators and crocodiles are the same thing, but they actually have many differences. For example, alligators have wider U-shaped snouts, while crocodile front ends are more pointed and V-shaped. You'll sometimes find signal words that can help you identify the type of text structure being used. Writing that uses comparison and contrast text structure often includes words like, both, also, although, but, more, while, however, and you see them here, right? But they actually have many differences. Alligators have wider U-shaped snouts, while crocodile front ends are more pointed and V-shaped. And the author is contrasting alligators and crocodiles, so they use this structure. Sequence and order. This really we're pretty familiar with. So a first, then, next, last structure. Talking about how things go in a sequence. And this text focuses on how a tadpole turns into a frog. First, the tadpoles turn into froglets. Then the body shrinks and legs form. After that, the froglet's tail shrinks, the lungs develop, and the back legs grow. And finally, we have a frog. And then the different signal words that can help you identify this text structure include to begin, before, first, continue, then, next, later, finally, and lastly. And then a cause and effect text structure. A cause and effect text structure takes into account why did something happen and tells you what happened as a result of something else. So here's an example of a text that has a cause and effect text structure. In order to make it to the pinnacle of sports, Michael Phelps had to dedicate himself to swimming. As a result of his tireless hard work, he not only made it to the Olympics, but he became one of the greatest Olympic athletes of all time. Signal words that can help you identify this text structure is if you see words like because, since, as a result, thus, for this reason, in order to, you see it up there, it's the first three words, and then if, then, because statements. So we're going to apply this strategy right now, this standard, to a text that we are going to read together. And that is in your Google Classroom assignment for today. So you guys can read that. I will also attach a read aloud, but you could read it by yourself if you'd like. Happy reading.